She thought that she was stuffing the comb, right? And she came and she was all excited. Thought that she had did it. Okay? I said, but first of all, the cone wasn't even filled all the way. It was only filled up to like right there, right?
Was that all the way you had?
Okay. I know she had more.
Was
right?
it not packed? And it wasn't packed in.
And she already knew where I was going. It was not packed in. So once I went to twist it, Justin, it went to about right there.
It was a roll.
And I was like, so why you bring these 2 puffs for the both of us? I just didn't understand.
I told you about
And
the
she
sticks
gonna
to
look
stuff
at
it.
me dead ass and say, well, it was more than 2 puffs before you twisted it.
Amanda.
Was that not a valid point, though?
Yo.
No, it's not. Because what you light
As soon as you light it, the whole thing will flare up.
Thank you.
So maybe that's probably why he feels like I went through a lot and I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
See?
That's exactly why you don't pack it right.
Hey, look, I'm just learning.
Just don't give us the face.
I'm just learning.
The face of.
I'm just learning.
But you have the sticks.
I'm just learning. And I use the stick. I did.
She
Hey,
even
listen,
if she
in her
I did.
defense, when I
I
started
did.
coming over here, she used to just only... The bowl was... I
Thank you.
haven't seen a bowl since before her
Thank you.
since her birthday.
Thank you. So
I
see?
mean,
You haven't
So
give
because
us
we've
some
been
credit.
getting her right.
we've been rolling. Yeah, we have been rolling, but she usually still bring the bowl out too. So, but like,
Nah.
she's in the
So-
joint.
No, don't defend
She
yourself,
want to
Amanda.
wait for this because she know what this do to you compared to what the
So
bowl
with
do.
that, I started the show and welcome to Pandagasms. Yay!
What it do? What it do?
Dearly beloved, I am your host, Panda.
I was gonna say,
And my co-host, Big Cat. And since we were... Okay, wait. I have to introduce the rest of the guests. I have Free. Welcome.
Hey, Free.
Free knows how to personalize things. Cups, T-shirts. What else do you do?
Canvases, painting. I paint, all that stuff.
Where can they find you?
Opening an Etsy shop, so stay tuned for that link.
Do you
Stay
have
tuned.
anything on social media?
Facebook, yeah.
What is it? Where can they find you?
I'm at Olivia_Reina.
Spell
on
it.
Instagram.
Spell it.
That's my word. Olivia, you know. How do you...
Regular
I
Olivia.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
should
never know nowadays.
You gotta spell it.
Olivia, you know. _Reina. REIN. 3 A's, I think.
See, that's why
On
you
the
have to
gram.
spell it.
That's also my modeling platform, you know. Anyone takes photography out there, hit me up for
We'll make sure we
collabs.
tag her so people know where to find her.
Sounds good.
Mm-mm.
And I have a returning guest, my lovely brother.
King Al in the building, y'all.
King Al.
What's poppin'?
King
It's,
Al.
I'm trying to get this right.
He is the owner, CEO of the Wash Boyz. So if you guys need your car detailed, please hit him up. He is
phenomenal.
Amazing.
Like like you dudes out here who think y'all are doing it.
Y'all not doing it.
Y'all ain't doing it.
The
Y'all ain't
simplest
doing
clean is very clean.
That's like a 4-inch to an 8-inch. That's the difference. Okay? I just had to help people understand the difference.
Lord of mercy.
Okay.
What a comparison.
driver.
I mean,
So,
I've never had my car detailed before, but
Yo,
I don't want to go anywhere else now.
Touch your car.
He's the only one that's touched my car, so I don't want to go anywhere else now. You're like a 4
Nobody
inch
else
to an
cares
8 inch
now.
shit.
Because it's your new car. This is new
Yeah.
for you. So this was your first time getting it washed when King Al did it?
That's the first time I've ever had any car detailed, period.
Oh, shit.
So I've never had
In her
any of
life,
my
like
other
a
cars.
detail.
But I
'Cause
have,
going
like,
to a
serious-
car wash- okay.
I have like serious OCD, so I don't need my car. Like, I'm at a red light and I'm wiping down the car. So I don't really need it, you know, but I like to support my friends and their businesses. So,
That's dope. Me
but
too.
that was a dope ass clean. Like, I didn't even want to let my kids in the car.
Yeah.
And it was only a basic.
Sometimes you don't want
Right.
it in your car
And it
after
was
you get
only
it
a
washed.
basic.
And it was only a basic at that. And I'm like,
So
it gets better.
King Al, can you let them know where they can find you?
You can find me at the Wash Boys on IG and Facebook. I also have a website which will be changing soon, but for the moment, you can find me at the-wash-boys.square.site.
And boys is with a Z.
And boys with a Z, yes,
and the
I'm
reason
sorry.
why we have the Wash Boys, it's because of lovely Sir AJ. We can't forget about AJ.
Sir AJ, he's outside at the moment,
So right now,
I wish he was here, so that way we can speak on it together because, we generated this together.
It's okay because you know what? Sir AJ is my current gardener. So if you guys need landscaping help, Sir AJ can definitely
She got a lot
you.
of talented friends out here, y'all.
I do.
That's what you're hearing, basically.
I do.
This is the true definition of networking.
That's how it's supposed to be.
I love it.
This is definitely my team, my network, my bubble, my everything. So I have a lot of jack of all trades in my circle. So if you need something, please let me know. And I'm pretty sure there's someone in my circle that can definitely help you out with that.
Most definitely.
And that's what I was saying. To branch off into the topic, you got to have the right friends just like you got to have the right men. You know what I'm saying? You can't date below your pay grade. You shouldn't have friends below your pay grade.
Jesus Lord. So
she was watching you.
And then
I wasn't.
She was like the little girl from Blackish.
I just know Amanda gonna do something. I ain't even gonna clown her right now. I'm gonna let her get away with it.
And we have a cherry popper. We are busting someone's cherry today. How would you like to be identified as? Do you want to introduce yourself?
So my name is Tima. Everybody knows me for Tima. But me and Amanda have known each other since what? Elementary school, basically?
Well, you was in first grade. Me and your sister were in second grade. You were in first grade. Your sister and I were in second grade. No?
Y'all got 3 years on me. Y'all can't
3?
Yeah, y'all can't be in second grade when I'm in first.
So wait.
Yeah, because when I was graduating St. Patrick's, she was graduating high school.
Wow.
Like literally, our graduation was like a week apart.
So wait, what grade were you in when you moved here?
I think I was like 3rd or 4th grade.
Really? I thought it was younger. Okay, so if you were in the 3rd, we would have to be in like the 5th or 6th.
Yeah.
All right, that works. I'll take that. Back. So being that everyone on the show has now been introduced, welcome to Pandagasms again.
Woo!
And they were just clowning me because
Amanda can't do nothing.
They're trying to teach me these 420 rules. And since we're talking about 420, let's talk about my girl that they won't let run.
Yeah.
Because
Richardson.
They found weed in the system.
Yeah.
And
oh my goodness, yes. That is so outrageous. Outrageous.
I mean,
so here's my
What
thought.
are your opinions? Let's get into this.
So I get rules are rules, right?
Me too.
And rules are supposed to be followed, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But if y'all have a record of not fully following the rules in the past, i.e. Phelps, then I'm sorry, i.e. that dude who was rolling on the bike and had all them shits in his system and made all them titles. Yeah, they stripped him from it, but they still let him do it even while it was an investigation. I just feel like what's good for the goose, this is my favorite line someone told me, it's good for the gander. And it's like, don't come at her all harsh over something that's legal.
We could also
harsh over something that's legal. And then y'all are real light-handed with all these other people who are not POCs and are doing things that are not legal that you shouldn't be doing. I don't know. I just feel like it's a POC problem.
So, can I pose, do y'all think it's a race thing as well? Because Phelps is white, and
that's what she said, POC.
I do.
Color.
Okay, yeah. I do think that's a part of it.
So, I think my big issue with it is, like I said, Phelps freaking did it. Nothing. She's a black woman, minority, very young as well. Probably her first break that she's gotten in a while, and she was. I think also what I read was her mother had passed away as well. So when you're dealing with that, obviously you're gonna find somewhere to cope with it. And she smoked. I mean, she smoked one time and she popped 30. Obviously, she regretted it. She expressed regret. So I don't understand.
What happened to just giving a fine? What happened to those days?
Tima, any feedback, Tima?
Not feedback, really question. I thought, so with the whole Michael Phelps thing, didn't when they found out about his weed was like after the whole thing? Isn't that the excuse, the difference that they doing?
No, because basically the steroids that he was taking.
It was steroids? I thought he had,
it was both. I think it was both.
Yeah, basically he did smoke, but the medicine that he was taking as well actually had THC as well. And when they figured all of that out, they was like, well, it's a part of his medicine, you know, da-da-da-da-da. And this is what I overheard.
So the Olympics was still going on. It wasn't like, it wasn't after the fact.
No.
It was like, oh, he already won his medals.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is why everybody's having an issue, because he had it as a medication.
Right.
And they knew, and they still let him continue. And he smoked, and everybody knew, and they still let him continue.
See?
And she was doing it in a legal state.
That's the loophole. Standard. That's the loophole. With him, since the THC's in his I only know this from working in the pharmacy, there is medication that is totally legal that does have like THC in it. Yeah. Joe Banjanol, like different stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's probably what the loophole was for him. It was like, all right, well, he was prescribed the medication. Like, what they're gonna be like, what person looks all the ingredients and woo 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 versus her? She actually smoked a blunt, and we all know what smoking a blunt is like. It's already like, that's black people shit. That's ghetto shit. You know what I'm saying? So like,
looked at like
so like that's the loophole, and it's always about the loophole. Like, well, how can we wiggle ourselves out of this? It's not acceptable to me, but like I can see why one is more of a bigger thing than the other, even though they're exactly the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he got prescribed some type of medication that had THC in it, or whatever the case may be, you know, or let's say she was smoking weed to handle her depression from the passing of her mother, which I read somewhere that she heard from a reporter, even.
Right.
Like, it wasn't even like she didn't even know. Like, she heard from a reporter while they was asking the question.
I would have smoked a blunt too. I'm not even lying to you.
I would have.
It was the week before her big run that they told her.
That's
and see, this is you gotta think. You gotta think like it's all. I can't help but to think like it's like it was all part of the plan.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Because like as a doctor, as a provider, you know, like I participate in these type of events. Like, why wouldn't you prescribe me something to help me with my depression that won't disqualify me from participating in these events? You know what I mean? I think it's funny that you found out the week before the biggest event of your life, you know, that your biological mother's dead, from a stranger, while they're asking you like, oh, you know, how you preparing for the race? By the way, did you hear that your mother died the other day? Like, wait, what? You know what I mean? Like, it's all like a setup, sort of, kind of.
It sounds like a scandal, for sure.
Yeah, it's like, you know, the white America version of Illuminati's, I guess.
What is your thoughts, man? You ain't said nothing.
I've been waiting to hear everyone else's thoughts on it, so that's why I was sitting back to wait.
I knew it.
So you made a valid point that she did smoke in a legal state. However, it's just like college. It's federally funded.
Exactly.
So pause. So although she was in a state that it was legal, the Olympics is a federally worldwide organization, and they have different rules when it's federal compared to state by state.
Yep.
So I understand the rules, and she does have to eat that. So
it sucks.
It sucks. It's a sucky situation, and I don't think it has anything to do with her being a woman of color either. I don't think so. I didn't know about the fact that I didn't know that she found out through a reporter.
I didn't know.
Like during the interview. So, but I did know she found out before then. However, as adults, we are held at a higher standard where we have to know how to have positive ways to decompress and negative ways. And not to say that weed is negative. However, the world is not ready yet. We are not in a place yet where weed is accepted. So even though it was not used as an enhancer, and I think the fact that she was high and was able to run proves that she can perform under a substance that is frowned upon. Okay, it's not an enhancer. Weed is a depressant. So if she's able to function and still beat your ass while she's supposed to be down, I think that says a lot.
Right.
It's
how they tell you how they make it seem like it's supposed to distort you, like that's supposed to smoke you dry, it slows you down.
However, on the flip side, for some people, they get a lot of shit done.
Thank you.
When they are high.
It depends.
And so now
they're smoking though.
Here's the problem I have with the double standard, right? Just like you said. Okay, so we know that weed is a slowdown. It brings you, you know, it can help you get your focus, but it really is a slowdown. Why? So it's not okay for us to do it, while we're driving and things because it might impair us. Okay, but why is it that y'all are acting like this was an enhancement for her now because she's dope and she can run fast? How is it 1 minute when we're driving and it's an impairment, but when she's running, this must have been an enhancement for her. This is the reason why she was able to do it. She was so much more on point. You can't say that when I'm driving that it's a problem and it's going to slow me down and I'm going to be slow to react and things like that. But then because I'm the fastest woman in the world and I decide to smoke, it enhanced your speed.
You know what?
The logic doesn't make sense to me.
I think that they know
I never thought about that perspective.
There is two different for like the smokers. There's two different types of weed. There's a sativa. There's an indica.
Yep.
There's one that's more like a head high. That's the one that'll slow you down. Then you got the one that's like a body high, which is like got all this extra energy. The fact that weed's even being legalized, like in certain states, of course they know this. The government, whatever, the state. You know what I'm saying? They know that it can have either or effect. But to like put a little bit more control on it, with like the age limit, you gotta be 21 to smoke weed. Dumb. And they treating it like alcohol because, you might be impaired. It's like, you don't know what kind of weed I'm smoking. So it's like, they use information to their advantage for whatever situation seems fit. It's just, and then also, you know what? At the end of the day, we can all like, yo, that's jacked up. That was messed up. They didn't do that to Malcolm Phelps. But I feel like as people of color, the world is already against us. You feel me? So like, yeah, you got prescribed that, but you knew that first of all, the world was already against you before you even got prescribed the weed. You know what I'm saying? So you literally got to stay on your P's and Q's and don't let them catch you sleeping, no half stepping, no nothing, because they will look and find the smallest.
I agree. As a POC, you have to be on your game even more than anyone else because of that. Because we always have the magnification on us. Right. It's true. So I get it. I really just wish they weren't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do wish
that's what it comes down to. It's just like, it shouldn't have to be like that.
But right now
it's always been like that.
I miss the days of fines.
But like, it's slowly changing.
It is.
It's slowly changing. And like, the youth is funny. As much as I make fun of them, like these new age rappers and these new age celebrities, they're just weird and just like, what is wrong with them? But like, they making shit happen right now, dogs. Like, they're making a lot of shit happen.
They're
like,
using their platforms.
Yeah, the right way, So it's just like, it shouldn't have to be like that. Hopefully, eventually, it won't be like that. And even when it's not like that, I feel like we should still move as if it is like that.
Seriously.
You know what I mean? Because
they're going to find some way to snatch you up and catch you up. And
so what did you mean by fines?
Where they just give you like a ticket. They be like, you broke the rule. This is your first offense.
They still do that, but
I wish they did that with the Olympics. I wish they did that with the Olympics. Because I know they do that with basketball and they do that with other sports.
Exactly.
So in that case, I feel like this was a fine situation. It's not like something that you continuously found in her blood system. It's not like something, you know what I'm saying? She just had a death of a parent. Okay. So in that case, you should give her a fine and say if it ever happens again, you're completely disqualified for a whole year and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
But I think with the Olympics, what makes that kind of hard, like, how often does it come around? Is it like
I think it's every 5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years. With
like
basketball, they have like actual seasons. So like you do it like more.
Every year. It's yearly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got a whole season where you got like X amount of games per season and then you have a season every
But think about it. If you got fined once, you're not fucking up because you know you're gonna train for the next 5 years to fuck up. No, you're not. So you get that fine once.
True.
You like, yo.
That's just,
but I'm not gonna say true because there are some people that are like, I got caught. I'm still do me, but I know when this time comes around, I need to give. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but either which way,
somebody's still, and it may not be a person of color or like it could be anybody, but someone's still gonna be like, it's every 5 years. I'll smoke for 3 years and stay clean.
And quit the last two.
Yeah, so it's like,
you know what? That makes sense. They'll do that.
I mean, there's a lot of perspectives to it. What I like the most about it is that she owned it.
Mm-hmm.
She did.
Yeah.
She said, you know what? I did it. I broke the rules. That's okay. I'm going to learn from this and I'll do better next time. What I like about that is that she didn't blame it on anyone. Yeah, she was like, I found out my mom passed, but I knew better.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that she held herself accountable. She didn't make no excuses. She didn't try to justify it. She was like, I did it. This is why I did it. And this is what's going to happen going forward. That's what I like about it. I don't like the fact that people out there saying that she was a failure because of it, because I don't see this as any type of a failing issue at all. She didn't fail. She learned from it. I don't think there's any such thing as a failure in life. Everything is a lesson. It didn't work out the way you wanted to. That's all right. What did you learn from this? How are you going to go forward and do this right the next time?
Right.
Something I talked about with my friend the other day was that we're all human.
Right.
We make mistakes.
We are.
But the choice, you got to grow from it or you want to stay back and suffer from it.
Exactly.
This woman chose, acknowledged that she did that and is choosing to grow from it. We're human. That is a human thing to do.
Right.
So I respect that as well. I like when people acknowledge their failures but choose to advance themselves.
Can I add to that? Yeah. I like when people acknowledge their failures and admit to it, but you can't keep making the same
mistake over and over. Right. So yes. So apology.
So that's where the word growth comes in.
Right.
It's not just acknowledging. Right. You then have to grow from it and make sure you're changing and moving different.
Exactly. So you can acknowledge it. You feeling tingly inside?
Yes, because he loves the just tell me what I want to hear. Like,
if there's no change behavior, there's really no growth if the behavior hasn't changed. So,
and that's false accountability at that point.
Being that we're talking about people being held accountable, and
wait, before we go on, quick question: in terms of the Olympics, how do you feel about people boycotting the Olympics because they're not allowing her to run? A lot of the black people are saying that they're going to boycott, and there's also black people who are in the Olympics still who are like, but we need y'all support too. Where are you on that line, on that question? How do you feel about that?
Comes back to being human. People are going to feel how they want to feel.
Yeah. I mean, if they want to boycott it, go for it. Look at what they did with the NFL. Some people still watch it. Some people don't. I mean,
that's
what else?
Exactly. Right?
Honestly and truthfully, this is going to be the big thing for 30 minutes. And then something else is going to happen, and they're going to forget all about this until it comes up on their memories next year.
Yeah. Are y'all still watching the Olympics?
Right.
That's a good question.
Right. So first of all,
I plan on it.
So there's that.
I know a black woman in the Olympics that I grew up with now. Nice. I'm watching it. She's boxing. Yep. Rashida Ellis from Massachusetts.
Shout out to Rashida. Good luck to you.
From Mass.
And you're from Massachusetts. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. There's always going to be those few that can separate it, and they're like, fuck it, I'm done with this because of this one mistake. Like, I will never buy from Starbucks again for the bullshit that they pulled a few years ago. And I'm holding that. See, you making your face because you don't even remember. Remember when the two guys were inside and they were just using the internet and homeboy called the police on them and was like... Yeah, that was a big thing. What?
Hold on, wait, you gotta say this again.
I think I heard something.
And the police came and took them out, and all the other white people inside were like, "What are you doing? Everybody's in here using the internet for free. None of us bought food. Why are they getting arrested?" And even though Starbucks did the whole apology, I'm never fucking with Starbucks again. They won't ever get my money. I don't care. So when I
employee, I need to research.
I don't remember. It was a while ago, and yeah, people make mistakes, but nah, bro, you was a whole adult. You know racism from not. So Starbucks will never ever again get $1 from me. But I'm passionate like that. You only got to do me wrong once. So, right. And then, so as far as the whole NFL boycott, I never watched sports to begin with. So I didn't have to boycott shit.
Right.
So there's that.
Right.
So
are you boycotting the Olympics?
I never watched the Olympics. So there's that. I don't have anything to boycott.
That's what I feel. I'm like,
It's like, but I
watched the Olympics. It was raining outside.
I don't watch. I'm not into sports.
But why shame the girl is the thing, you know?
Right. I mean? That's what I don't like. I don't like that they're shaming her. I just found out that a little black girl, I don't remember her name, an African American little girl, just won a spelling bee.
She sure did. Her last name is Avant-Garde.
Oh, wow.
Because that's her last name, and I was like, her last name is dope. That's why I remember. Her last name is Avant-Garde. She is a beautiful little black girl.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And she won the spelling bee.
Is this the one that was doing, like, the tricks with the balls on?
Nope.
Oh, that's a different person.
This is a real spelling bee. And this.
No, I know. But I seen a video of this girl that, like, she was juggling basketballs, but not juggling in the air, like dribbling them.
Oh, okay.
Just like intercross. It was like, oh, little girl just want to spell and beat and got crazy talent.
Oh,
I saw a different
meme. And she was like, she was going in a circle and it was going between the legs. And I'm just like,
I saw a different meme like that. Like, if you don't win the spelling bee, you're not gonna get such and such. So I'm like, yo, what is going on right now? They really trying to make a mockery out of this, and this little black girl really did it. Like,
So I don't know. There's
so,
that.
but this is what I mean.
They might boycott. They may not. People are gonna they're gonna forget about it. Everybody, it's a trend. Everything is a trend. So when this passes by, the next big thing, that's what people are gonna talk about for a week, and then that's gonna be gone, and it just continues. So with everybody holding people accountable, how y'all feel about Bill Cosby being out?
Yeah, I was waiting for that to come.
Okay, so I'm gonna speak first since I'm gonna have less to say.
You don't know that, but go ahead.
As far as him getting out, so I guess I was told he admitted to it, to everything that has happened. So with him getting out, the next story is like, where will he be? Like, is he going to be distant from these women? Is he going to be distant from women in general, where he won't cause harm to anyone? If this man is free, like he's already freelance to the world, then I will find that to be a problem because the man just admitted to it, and you know what I mean. And now they letting him run free to the world without giving him a decent area.
There's a lot of sex offenders that are out free in the world.
Oh yes, definitely. But this one is like they putting this man on blast. He's well known. I got you. He's well known, and like I don't understand. Like no, I didn't. Right, so it's on you now.
You go.
I think why most people are upset is like he got out on some loophole shit, and we all know like big America, corporate America, that's how they operate. Is on some loophole shit. You feel me? So when the whole thing started, from what I read, let me not talk like I know it's all facts. From what I read, when the whole situation started, the DA at the time made a deal with Bill Cosby. Like if you come in for a deposition. That's when they sit you down and ask you questions, whatever. Yep. Whatever you say, we're not going to use. It can't be used against you to incriminate you. To incriminate you.
Right.
So during the deposition, he admitted to giving women quaaludes or whatever.
He admitted to whatever the accusations were.
Right.
Because he knew that it wouldn't be held against him.
Exactly.
So he admitted to it, and then
he admitted to it. So then that DA goes, and there's another DA that comes in after him, and he uses the information from the deposition. Right.
Damn,
he uses that information, and that's how Bill got, sentenced. So now the reason why he's getting out is because they appealed it, saying like, oh, this information wasn't supposed to be used. It wasn't supposed to be used, and it should have been used against me. So on one hand, yes, I agree why he should be free because he wasn't convicted correctly or legally by like the right way. They didn't take the right steps to do it, But also, I can see why some people are upset because he admitted to doing it. But then also, if that was a thing at the time, like he said it was, like, oh, everybody was doing it.
It was the trend.
It was the wave. It was like crack in the 80s. Like, it was the wave, coke, whatever. So, like, if everyone's doing it, then, like, he probably didn't see any fault in it at that time, So...
Yeah. I mean, I understand that. That doesn't make it... Okay. As we know...
It doesn't make it okay.
It doesn't make it okay.
It doesn't make it okay.
It was the trend.
But then also, you gotta look at the woman or women that are just now... I mean, come on. Law and Order SVU's been on TV for how long? Like, we know rape isn't cool. If they ever had any type of anything in the back of their head, just... now coming forward, like it's just kind of like funny or like like I didn't. It was just weird. Like if somebody would have heard something before and it would have been buzzing like R. Kelly, basically. You know what I mean? You would have confided in your friend or a family member or something, and even though it wouldn't have been confirmed, it would have been like in the air, like kind of how like R. Kelly was. Yeah, until like stuff starting to add up, but like it just seems like that was like too calculated.
I don't know.
Amanda, how you feel?
Yo, I understand because when it comes down to the system, she's right. Like, she's right.
I'm telling you.
I do think everything is calculated with the system. I don't so again, I'm on the fence with it too. He admitted it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, he absolutely should have done the time. But under the circumstances that they gave, I think they did it wrong.
It's
you
all
get what I mean?
So,
and I feel like that's when one of those fine things should have came in. Like Toya said, maybe they should have put him on house arrest. Like he definitely admitted he never did the time. Let's figure something out so he can. I don't know how to word it.
No, you're right. No, you're right. They wouldn't have convicted him though.
You're right.
They would. That was the only thing they convicted him off of. His confession. That was the biggest thing. Am I wrong? I don't know. I'm just. I feel as if that was the biggest thing that they went on was his like, whoa, well, you admitted it. You know what I'm saying? Because everything was so long ago. Like, where are you going to get all this evidence or anything to pay?
And here's the thing.
And I think they were out of statute of limitations.
You guys
to try to prosecute him. So there was all of that. And I feel like
it was literally right before the statute of limitations ran out that
right
the other
before.
DA filed charges.
So I feel like there's never really a time frame for when people feel comfortable to come out because you really don't know what happened to them throughout their life from when the situation happened till now. There probably were a lot of triggering moments. They probably could have been paid. There was probably, I don't know if there probably weren't any NDAs because if there were, that would have came up and then.
That's what I'm thinking. They probably got paid and then
they probably had hush money.
And now you don't have nothing to prove that I took this. Exactly. I want some more.
And now that there's more resources and people are like, this stuff was bad.
Yeah.
Speak up.
Yeah.
Now we're in a different age where it's a whole different awareness and people are more like, this did happen to me. This didn't feel right, but everybody else thought it was okay. So I went with it. So for that generation of women, there was a lot of shit that they did and dealt with and took like G's and probably going to go to the grave with it because at that time of their life, it felt right. So for them to be these big wigs now, they're going to get that. Oh, you want his money. Or why did you wait? So a lot of that shit comes into play where, SVU is out there, but a lot of the people in the show still get fucked over. Yeah, but they still get the then they got to reopen those wounds. Like they got to replay that shit.
I get that, but listen,
that was a lick. If that's a lick. They just got a lick.
What?
If he manages to get back in contact with those women for whatever reason, because they just coming up now, right? Just like you said.
Yeah.
Well, they could have said something before, so they're getting all these G's.
Right,
it's a lick. So basically, he's getting money and them.
If let's say he violated,
are you not looking at what you said?
Let's say he violated something.
They just robbed the system.
Yeah, that's what
you mean all of them?
Yes,
they were all part of it. And everybody getting a cut?
Listen, because if something happened back then, right?
Y'all are some real. What's the word? Conspiracy theorists.
No, it's just common sense, yo. Because listen, if something happened way back when it happened. You know what I'm saying? In order for me to pay you off to keep quiet, I gotta have some type of money. I'm not working a 9 to 5. Like I already have a name. If I can afford to pay somebody to keep quiet about something that I did wrong, I already have a good amount of money. And I'm not giving you like a couple thousand. Like I gave you enough where you felt like it was enough for you to just let it go. You know what I mean? It's not like I lowballed you. None of that. Because you can always say no. And it's going to keep going up until you like, all right, I'm cool with that. You feel me? Because...
Can I get a snap?
How long has it been? You know what I mean? So then now, back in them days, it was just like, I pay you. All right. You paid me enough. Cool. Then as time go on, and society's like, yo, listen, this isn't okay. Blah, blah, blah. We should be more vocal about this. And then people have of NDAs now, and you didn't sign one then. Why wouldn't you be one of those? Oh yeah, me too. Like I remember way back when. Because first of all, there's no proof of me paying you off already. There's no proof of you accepting that money already.
So now I'm about to sue you because you did this to me.
So now I can get the same amount times 3, 4, or 5 because there's no record of anything from before.
Because I'm smart now.
You feel me? That's why it's just like, why did you? Again. People have their own time, but that's just her coming out. Yeah, you could have had a friend that it would have been buzzing.
I'm ready.
You just gotta lick. And my time's about to run out. Let me round up everybody else that I know that this happened to after me. So we can do a class act and just secure everybody's payment.
Because if all of us come together, we all gonna get paid. All right, now hold on. I want to go back to the question.
Hold on. Back to Big Cat.
I want to go to the question. So we all know how the criminal system, right?
When
you're no, for real. You're in there and they're talking to you, they're like, "Yo, just admit to this, and you'll have this sweet deal."
Right.
Just say you did this, and you have this sweet deal. We don't know if that's what happened with Bill. Bill's old. He might have just been like, listen, so if I say I did it, y'all are going to seal it up, put it away, and then I get this deal? Okay. I'm going to run with it. Because I don't remember exactly what I did. I know sometimes we did these things and I didn't think it was a big deal, but maybe the women thought it was a big deal. So yeah, fine. I'm going to say this because I want this deal. We all know they offering you that sweet deal, that bullshit. Like, oh, if you just admit to this is why men end up with these cases and charges, because they'll just admit in jail when they know they didn't do nothing just so they can get out on bail. Yeah. So they can get out on bail. They'll say, oh yeah, I did it, just so they can get out on bail and then have to go to court. Knowing that they didn't do it because they don't want to just sit in jail. Right. Because they're like, I didn't do it, so I'm not gonna say I did it. Right. You get what I'm saying? So we don't know if Bill actually fully said that. We don't know if that was part of his little deal. And this is why it turned around on them, because Karma's a bitch. You don't like
I feel like for like a Omar Epps, Morris Chestnuts, one of the younger ones, maybe. But I feel like Bill's like one of the smarter. He got that old wisdom. Like he already knows how the system's against him, and he knows either I'm gonna get caught or I didn't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like if he knew that he did it and he was just like, yo, there's no point in lying. Like I did it. I'm gonna own it. Like ain't no shame in my game. That, or if I didn't do it, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I feel like.
But you know how it is. When you got that pressure, you're old, you think you're about to get out.
Maybe it's my admiration of him from the Cosby Show. And
I'm just saying, I don't think
the elder. I don't think
listen,
he would have taken the deal.
I don't care. I don't care who feels what type of way. I'm happy Bill is out.
Me too.
Okay. Me too. And I'm not saying that I don't feel for the people where, they went through something and they're having traumatic experiences, I feel like take that up in civil court, right? Yeah. That's how I feel. Raping for his pockets. Yes. Okay? But at this point, this man is too old. Okay. He is a legend. Okay. Y'all knew just like with Michael Jackson, y'all knew y'all was bringing y'all kids to this place where there was rumors of things happening. So why would you bring them there? Why would you go to Cosby's house if there was rumors of things and things of things and things? So I'm sorry. I'm not blaming the women, but I'm also happy that Cosby is out. Take it up in civil court.
I agree.
He don't deserve to be in jail for something that was very common back then. Just like how weed was very common and hippie shit and all that. So should every female who smoked weed with a guy and had sex bring him to court too?
Yo, and I love that you mentioned criminal Michael court Jackson too, because I feel like it wasn't even stressed as much with Michael. You get what I'm saying? But then with Bill and R. Kelly, it's just
because Bill
to the clock. I feel like it's all about just again the agenda of just we gotta embarrass them. They think they ill, but they're not. So
and it also depends on the variation of the color of your skin as well, because that was proof of that as well. Right. R. Kelly brown. Bill Cosby brown. Right. Michael light. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying.
I agree with
you. I know, but we all know what he did.
We all know what he crazy. But I agree, yo. I think it's all about, you know what I'm saying, always keeping that bad stigma. They're known for grace, but they just wanted to embarrass,
because he was such an upstanding guy. And you know what? Shout out to OBZ. Because y'all know, let me tell you something. Nobody can say nothing about Obama. Nobody can say nothing about Obama. And they want to so bad. Mm-hmm. But that black man is a stand-up black man. That black man is part of the Black Man Don't Cheat Committee. He's running that bitch, okay? POTUS. I love me so Obama because of the fact that I know that they were digging through every type of archive that they could go through, every type of everything. And they couldn't find nothing on that black man. That is my superhero. Obama is my superhero.
Shout out to
President Obama, man.
That is an example of a black man.
And First Lady Michelle.
First Lady Michelle, who's a Capricorn.
The whole family swag, yo.
They are.
The whole family
they are.
swag, yo.
I remember.
They try to come at the daughter for being a college student. Like, oh my God, she's twerking. She's twerking in her dorm room.
Oh, wait a minute. She
with her roommates.
What did she do?
She smoked a little
weed and she was dancing and twerking.
Yeah.
She was at clubs and like,
because they followed her everywhere.
So remember, they have Secret Service for the rest of their life. Because remember, the Bush daughters was on drugs too.
Yeah. Oh,
but how much was that out there though?
How come they didn't make a big deal about that?
It was like mentioned.
And how come we didn't say to them just say no to drugs?
Bill Clinton's daughter was on drugs too.
Yes, she was.
Bill Clinton's daughter was on drugs.
It's always just like a mention.
Bill Clinton smoked weed anyway.
He did though. He said that. So hold on.
So why is it okay for them to do it?
Hold on. Right. And they're the federal government. And they're the federal government.
It's all about making.
Because it's politics. Everything is politics. So there's that. Everything is politics.
You hear that, right?
Everything is a politic. Okay, first of all, weed should be legal because that is how the indigenous people kept their villages at peace with each other. They was like, all right, you want some of this corn over here? We're going to smoke this weed. See who got the best weed, and that's who gets the most respect. That peace pipe was weed. That was the seeds that they grew in the earth. Weed is a plant.
That's why
let them smoke their trees, bro. Come on, man. When you're high, it's a different type of awareness, but that's another topic for another day. Let the people do what they need to do with their weed. Let's legalize it. And I feel like people just should let the people smoke their weed and mind their business. Right?
Yes.
I agree.
Amen.
Let people smoke and let her run.
I agree, but then can't the same
and let her run.
Huh?
Or like coke, isn't coke or one of them like it grows or it's a plant or something like that? Not a plant, but like
the coke is the coca beans. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's a bean. Now, if you want to make coffee out of it, all right, cool. But you went through a whole different process.
To turn it into
manipulated.
Yes, you manipulated
cool. Whereas weed, you print that right off the brand and you do what you do with it.
That's natural.
You don't manipulate.
Natural.
Cocaine is a lie.
So there's that. Mm-hmm. So while we're still on this topic of people minding their business, how y'all feel about Wendy Williams not minding her business and letting Miss Tabitha Brown retire her husband?
What?
First of all, who is Tabitha Brown?
So first of all, I didn't know who the hell she was either until Wendy Williams started to talk about her. So apparently she's like a TikTok motivator person or whatever. She does vegan meals and has vegan cookbooks. Look her up, Tabitha Brown.
Yeah, she came out with a season that sold out in hours. Which I think happened because of Wendy.
It is. She got so much publicity after that. It was crazy because now I follow her on Instagram and I think she is a beautiful, beautiful woman.
You follow her?
Follow her.
I thought you follow her. I was like, I need to see evidence.
Not fought with her. I love her.
So do I need to play the clip so you guys can get up to?
Yes,
no, you guys need to find it. No, find it yourself. I'm sorry. We have 42 minutes. We're not keeping our guests. So,
the clip is 2 minutes.
I'm gonna give them a quick cliff note. So Tabitha Brown, she's a black woman that has been trying to build a name for herself. And while she was following her dream, her husband was working for the police department. I think it was the LAPD. He was working for 15 years. And he said, you know what? I'm going to work while you chase your dream. I'm going to take care of us while you follow your dream. She finally made it big. And she was like, you know what? My husband let me follow my dream for 15 years. I am going to let him retire from his job so he can follow his dreams.
That's dope.
I think that's dope as fuck. First of all, okay? I think that's dope as shit.
But
you know what that was?
Stop, Justin.
So hold on.
But because Wendy was hurt.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So Wendy Williams apparently did the same thing for her significant other, and the relationship didn't work out.
Oh, yeah.
So she was like, girl, don't do it. It happened to me. Your marriage is this. Your marriage is that. And the way Tabitha Brown responded to her was so beautiful.
You're not getting into Wendy enough. Wendy was berating her, talking about, girl, you dumb. I tried that already. You see how that turned out. Okay, girlfriend, da-da-da-da-da. You know how Wendy be extra for no reason. And it's like, don't take your experience
and
place that on me.
No.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry, because I needed to make sure people understood how Wendy was with it.
Yeah. We all know how Wendy Williams can be, and I think she really does need to mind her business when it comes to situations like that. Yeah. And don't project that, because I really feel like if somebody put their whole life aside for you to grow, and if you can do that in return, why not? And they look to seem like they have a dope ass family, and if it doesn't work out, so what? Her goal was to make her husband happy because he did that for her. Right. And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't fucking work. But bro, mind your business. These people look happy as hell. And even though it's just social media and we really don't know the ins and outs of their marriage, they appear to be happy, and if they're happy and if they like it, we should love it.
Right.
Don't do that. And one of her quotes is, Miss Tabitha Brown, one of her quotes is, if you're having a bad day, don't ruin someone else's.
Sure.
I think that is so dope because a lot of people have a tendency of doing that. Some people don't have that self-awareness to be like, I'm having a funky ass day. Let me not project my bad energy, my bad vibes on people. No. Remember when I was having that crazy day, when I was mad overwhelmed, and I was like, I just need a minute, y'all. Y'all didn't do nothing to me. Y'all been here to support me through this day. Y'all been riding with me for the last 2 weeks between all the different projects I was working on, and I didn't want to come here and put that on y'all because y'all wasn't the reason why I was in a shitty mood. So what did I do? I drove off. I was like, I'll be back. I just need a minute, right? Because why? Y'all didn't do that. Y'all didn't do nothing to me. So there's no reason. If you don't stop looking at me like you crazy.
Because you know I'm about to say something.
What day was this?
That was the day, the end of the year celebration, and everything was late. It was raining.
I left before that.
But people,
no, you were helping me. Remember, you decorated the dumpster. I wasn't here for you
when you I just need a minute and drove off.
That was in the morning before I came back. Because
she texted me because I saw her. I said,
he saw me drive by.
Oh, where you go? I said, yeah, where you go?
He was like, I see you, LOL, and I was like, yo, I just need a minute.
I said, okay. And I left it at that.
Right. And then I came back and I was ready. I was ready to take on the world after I just needed 5 minutes to just... And I sat in my car and I meditated and I was like, all right, I got this. And the rest of the day was a breeze. I was able to, even though I was under so much pressure, because y'all know I do not work well under pressure. Right. I was under so much pressure that day and I was able to get through it because, it took some time to myself to be like, yo, chill. It's all right. And make sure that y'all didn't even pick that up. Sometimes you could tell, but then I do my best to feed a character, Oh,
I ain't telling nobody nothing. So if you ain't say nothing, I ain't telling nobody nothing.
There was
where's Amanda? I said she's on her way back. She'll be here soon.
There was really nothing to tell.
I think that comes with personal growth though. When you're having a shitty day, instead of being in the mind frame of I'm not in the mood.
Right. Or this is just how I am.
No, I've never encountered a disrespect.
I have people be like, well, this is just me. So, all right, cool. Yeah. That's just you.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. I take that back. I have. But then I know in the back of my day, nigga, who pissed in your Cheerios this morning? You're mad.
Right. So for me, that sometimes that doesn't sit well with me. That's just how I am. Because there's some things about myself that I know I'm definitely not changing. Unless I really see it's fit. There's a lot of things that I'm working on and I'm going to continue to work on those things. And there's some shit that I'm just nah, that's staying with me. Right. And that part of me, you're going to have to accept or not.
Right.
So with that, I get it when some people say that. However, on the flip side, when there is shit that
if you just know it's toxic,
you just gotta fucking fix it. Just fix it. Don't use that. That's just how I am.
I think that's that immaturity in them, though. Yes. They don't want to admit that.
They don't.
I have an attitude, or I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or I just got in trouble with my boss. Now the rest of my ship is ruined. Whatever the case may be, they don't want to admit that. They don't want to check themselves with that.
They don't.
I'm mad at this, and I'm projecting right now. So let me just reel it in real quick. And help this lady find a size 8 shoe. Or whatever.
Exactly.
Whatever the case is. But I think that's just immaturity. You don't want to own. A lot of people don't want to own their own.
Man, we're not going to talk about people not wanting to own themselves.
The audacity.
The week I had with people not wanting to own their stuff. Listen, we're not going to talk about that. That's another show for another day.
I'm here for it.
We will be here for it. But when we do talk about that, before we get to that, I do want to talk about real quick this show that I started watching on Netflix called Sex Life or Life/Sex, some crazy shit. So the girls in the group chat was like, yo, you gotta watch this. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. So I started watching it, and goddamn it, I tell you, was I triggered like a motherfucker as soon as I started watching that show. But I'm so invested in it. No, I wasn't triggered like moist. I was triggered like, yo, I want to break this TV right now. This is not Sex/Life on Netflix, right? And I'm like, damn, I want to break this TV right now because all this healing that I did from these situations is arising again. And now I'm having second thoughts if I'm really healed from that shit.
Or did I just sweep it under the rug?
Right. Or did I just sweep it under the rug? But in all reality, I am over it. I could sit here and laugh at it damn, I really went through that. Damn, I really accepted this. Damn, I really tolerated it. So I was able to, look at it with that mindset. I got to watch the rest of this to see how this plays out for this individual. Is she going to grow from it? So that's where I'm at with it now. So it's a woman who, we all have that vision in our head of what our dream life would be like. So she has the dream of the white picket fence, the kids living in the suburbs, the husband that takes care of her, being a housewife, right? So she meets this guy that gives her that. She's married to him for like 10 years. But however, she still thinks about her ex that she met before her husband that gave her,
Lord of mercy.
Hold on, that gave her those wild dreams, those, that spontaneous sex wherever, that she's looking for, that she's not getting from this vanilla marriage.
So wait, why didn't it work out between her and the ex?
So her and the ex didn't work out because, so I haven't got that far in the show yet.
Okay.
I'm only on the third episode. Okay. So I don't know why it didn't work out with them.
Okay.
He broke her heart in some crazy ass way, and she had this roommate that is mad, like outgoing and just carefree. They're best friends, and she was having a meltdown from being at home and being this wife that living this vanilla life that she thought she wanted, but in all reality, she really doesn't. So her husband found her journal where she's expressing all her feelings about her ex and comparing her past relationship to her current marriage. And so he gives her the angry dick, right? But that's not who he is as a person. So now he feels away. So now he's starting to feel insecure about himself because she was grabbing the counter in the kitchen, like, and for him in his head, he's like, yo, my wife really, like, I don't know this person. I don't know this person, but she's like, yes, he's fulfilling my fantasy. He's giving me what I want.
Yes.
Meanwhile, he's like, who is she?
No.
Right?
Bro.
So he's having these insecure thoughts. Meanwhile, she's like, yes, my marriage is picking up. 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 She's thinking she's in bliss.
You just don't make that crazy.
So she has a mental breakdown because she knows that her husband finds her journal, and she's going to her best friend who she was roommates with throughout like college years, whatever, before she became a wife and married. So she gets to her best friend's house. She's pouring herself a shot, and her ex walks out the bedroom at her best friend's house. So she's looking at both of them like, what the fuck? But her best friend instead was like, I didn't think I needed to tell you because y'all was 10 years ago and he's just a fuck buddy.
And you're married.
Ooh,
and you're married. You have the happy life you want. You have the kids. You got the picket fence. You're in the suburbs.
Right.
Your husband's wealthy.
Right.
You have the picture perfect life that you want. So I figured this would be okay because this was 10 years ago.
I'm going to go home and watch this.
So, like... Fam, it's crazy because once the husband finds out about this ex, he now starts Googling him and following him and trying to be this guy so his wife can love him and be attracted to him the way she's attracted to this guy she's journaling about.
That's a badass directed movie.
So hear this shit. No, it's not that.
Let me not say that. Is it?
Story time. How about when I was dating this guy and I went to the gym and he ransacked my room, found my journal, read it, took screenshots and pictures of it. And it was about stuff that happened before he was even thought of 10, 15 years ago. Same thing like with this woman. He started to befriend the men on Facebook and was trying to be cool with them and was putting their pictures and information together and would send me stuff like, oh, this is who you were attracted to and da-da-da-da. Yo, this is real life. Shit like this really happens. And so this is why I was triggered watching it like, yo, I experienced that. This shit looks like it's only on the TV, but that was my life.
True story.
Yo. So that's why I was like, bitch, I know how you feel right now.
That's what I do. I laugh.
And then he would give me what I would talk about with the other dudes that I was with. He would try to be that guy. You know? Yeah. And then he would be what I wanted for like a week, a month, and then go back to his old bullshit ways. You know what I mean? Because he had the money. He had the stability. Yo, there are really people out there like this. And so when my kids were younger, I did feel like I had no life and like I had no control over nothing because my kids took up my life. And it's not a bad thing. Right. It was dope watching them grow up and become the assholes that they are today.
You used to be a kid again.
Damn.
Yeah, it was dope.
She said grow up to be the assholes that they are today.
So I understood how she felt. I understood how she felt when she was like, damn, she just needed a break. But then, you take that quick break and your kid called you like, Mommy, I miss you. Where are you? And then you have that mom getting like, oh, I just got to go home to my kid. Meanwhile, somebody's knocking your fucking socks off and you can't. It's like, yo, it's so relatable. If y'all watch the show, Yo,
I get it.
So that's why it was triggering. It wasn't triggering in a way like I was missing. It was triggering like, yo, this was my... Who the fuck is peeking in my windows? That's how I felt watching it.
That's why I don't watch TV.
I swear to God. That's how... And that's why I don't watch TV either.
That's why I don't watch TV.
I don't need reminders of a traumatic past, okay? I don't need you to remind me of this shit. Can I stay in my world with my unicorns?
No.
That sing soca and can whine?
No.
Like
unicorns that sing soca and can whine?
Yeah.
I have never thought about that ever in my life.
My little world that I live in where everything is like peaches and cream is lit.
I think it's actually peaches and cream there and rainbows.
Literally.
And unicorns and
it got some, and it has the black nacho chips with the white cheese that you could dip in. Yo, that's my world.
And the steel pans.
And steel pans. My world is all lovey-dovey. You have no fucking idea. So when I was watching this show, I was like, ooh, that's the world I left. I don't want to go back over there. You guys.
It's mind-boggling to me that a man could be that
insecure. It's real.
I mean, insecurity is a feeling, so it's not like subjected to it.
Can I tell you something? Hold on. That's why I raised my hand.
And it runs really deep.
Yeah. But insecurity as a really man, for you to be that, and you can't be that insecure, but those were the actions that you took.
Yo, let me tell you something. Because you're that
insecure?
Let me tell you something. When he told me where somebody lived that I had talked to in like 2009.
Oh, no, he bugging.
Yeah. You got a problem. So and he didn't see anything.
See, that's why like.
Okay, can I speak on that?
Yes, go ahead. I think I did enough.
Okay, so basically,
story time.
I would never search, where a person lives or follow this person, but trying to become the person that you have probably said that you have had before, because in which they probably had that conversation together with them being married, conversations, whatever, it just comes up. It's your past life, so it happened. Right. You're married now, so you're with this person. But with you describing these specific people that you had such a fantastic time with, no matter what it was, your husband wants to give you that.
Right.
And if he feels as if what he is doing now is still not enough because now you're showing that,
right,
he's going to try to amount to that person.
But be your own version of that.
But wait.
Because he's miserable doing the things that he's doing.
Exactly. So with that being said, I have gone through that. Where I tried to be that person that she wanted me to be.
I think we've all tried to be someone we weren't.
You know what I mean?
Someone feel like we were worthy
the main
of
struggle was
or attention or affection.
Trying to be that person and still not managing to be that person at the same time. So you're doing everything in the books. Not even just everything in the books. You're doing better than what that person did. And it's still not enough.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, no bullshit. Women do that a lot.
You know what I think
they do. It's at the end of that, I feel like it's to see who could deal with the most bullshit, so that they can say they got him at the end. Yeah, it is a competition.
I feel like some women, like when it's that situation,
I'll fail every time. I ain't dealing with shit. I feel like my love is conditional. My love is conditional.
I feel like women probably settled for like the safer, the easier route.
Because that's what we're told.
Yeah, no, like if you like, that street life, rough, whatever, and every time you've dealt with that, you've had a bad experience. So you're like, you know what? Let me try something different, or the opposite of that.
Right, and that's what she did.
Right. So you settle, you know what I'm saying? But then eventually he realized that she settled for him, where he actually loves her. So now he's trying to be for her what she really wants. But I guess I want to know, is there a way for him to do that, but in his own version? He doesn't have to go and sell drugs and tie you up like Christian Grey, but he can probably still hit the same spots. Maybe learn some different moves or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But he could probably learn to please you that way, in a different way that you're comfortable with, and that she's still enjoying.
You gotta watch the show.
She still gets what she wants.
You gotta watch it.
That's what I was like.
He does try that. He tries to be spontaneous with her and have sex in the car with her, and it's so funny because hold on, it's so funny. Listen to this shit. They're hitting the horn. Hold on, they're hitting the horn. The fucking car seat is behind the chair, so they can't recline it. So she's trying to ride him, and she's hitting the horn. it's mad fucking funny how they're trying to have sex in the car. So they're like, fuck it. They're like, fuck it, we quit, right? So wait, no, wait. Her breast milk starts to squirt in his face. So that's another distraction. So she's like, don't worry about it. It's going to stop. So she's trying to cover her nipples while she's riding him. The car seat is there holding the chair from moving. She's hitting the horn. So they're like, fuck it. We can't do this. So she's like, it's okay. It's okay. She's like, it's okay. I'm going to sit down. So she's sitting in the passenger seat now, right? So he sees like she's disappointed and she really wants to get her shit off. So he's like, nah, fuck this. So he starts jerking off. So he can try to get hard again, right? She's like, oh, really? We're going to do this? So she's getting excited. So now she's pushing the chair back. She already got on the dress. So we about to get it. And then I had to get up and go. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if they hit it. I don't know. But you guys just watch it.
Just like the TV when a commercial pop on,
my prediction. I've never watched this show, but my prediction is she is probably going to be revealed that she had like a side dude at one point throughout the marriage.
So
and she's
I don't
probably
know.
Gonna feel bad, and then that's gonna be around the time when he starts trying to do better or try to please her. That's when she's gonna feel bad and let go to side.
No, wait, hold on. While the shit's getting better, side dude texts her like, I miss you. I think about you every day.
No.
That's the old side dude.
Yes, the dude that she's journaling about, that he's comparing himself to, that she found in her best friend's apartment during her breakdown. Oh, yeah, you gotta watch the show.
Hit that.
I'm so invested into it. I can't stop watching it.
She's gonna link up with side dude, and then it's gonna be like that. And then right after side dude, husband's gonna get it right, yo. Like her and husband's gonna get it, and they're gonna get it right, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm so conflicted."
And she's gonna be pregnant. I don't know who the daddy is.
Yes.
And then season two. That's it right there.
And that's when I leave.
And on that note, I think we're going to end the show with the crazy shit that we just discussed. Of course.
Watch a show,
Subscribe to us on YouTube. Our community on YouTube is growing. Pandagasms on all platforms. YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify. We're not on Apple yet. Amazon Music. Follow, like, subscribe,
Pandora.
share, Pandora. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're on iHeartRadio. Listen. Get us out there. You can find us. You can find us, baby. Google us, okay?
Google me, baby.
Go ahead, baby.
Google me, baby.
Go ahead, baby.
To all our listeners, new and old, thank you for your support. Thank you for listening to us. We love y'all. Y'all are dope as fuck. Y'all give me some crazy ass ideas, and you guys think we are was kind of giftedly special, and I appreciate those kind words.
Yes, we are.
So with that, peace, love, and light, prosperity from here on out. Dale.
Good night.